YouTube, Galvin Destroyer here, and well, this is happening. I got a notice from the city saying that my vehicles are going to get towed within 10 days unless I move them. Here's the notices here. Pretty much, there's a lot of complaints on there. Let's see. It is 3 years or older, which, well, the cars are like 40 years old now almost. It's extremely damaged, included, not limited to, blah, 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 motor transmission, missing parts. Yeah, missing wheels, missing transmission. That's kind of a big thing. But does not comply with all safety laws. Well, it's a Fiero. It's one of the more safer cars in the world. And then it's not running or operable. And that's the one they'll get me at is the cars aren't, I can't just jump in them and drive them. So I've got 10 days to get the cars out of here or do something with them so I don't get towed, because they're not really worth a lot of money. Sorry to diss on all the Fiero owners there, but they're worth like what, $500 each, if that. And it's like, okay, well, what if the city takes them? Well, you can't just surrender them to the city and be done with it. No, the city doesn't work that way. They'll actually take and tow them, impound them, and then let them sit in the impound for a while. Then they'll send them to auction. Then they'll be auctioned off. And then whatever is auctioned or received in from the auction will be used to pay for all the bills, all the fines, and everything else. But by the time they do that, the cars will sell for like $1. Oh, we're being interrupted. So yeah, like I was saying, until the cat interrupted me, the city will fine you a whole bunch of stuff. The impound fees, the actual fees or fines for whatever this notice is. There's a number on there. Let me find it for you. Pinnacle code something. Echo, find the thing. Section 9415, chapter 94, section 4. It's that thing you'd have to look up. Not too concerned about it. More concerned with is getting the cars to safety so they don't get towed and I don't have to incur all those fines, fees, tows, impound fees, and then more fees on top of that, because I've been through that loop once before and it's not a life lesson I dare to repeat. The other white letter is pretty much the same thing. They had, this is like actually one giant sticker. I pulled it off and put another piece of paper behind it. I was able to get it off in one piece. And this one's pretty much the same thing, but it states for like both cars. So there's one on each car, because I have an 84 Fiero and an 86 Fiero. So my plan right now is get the one Fiero towed and put into storage so it would be safe. Because even if I make it run in, they'll probably still come after me for something else, and I'd have to prove my innocence after being, like, you're guilty until proven innocent in this world. And by that point, I'll have fees and fines and towing occurrences and all that stuff. Because you know them, they'll tow it anyway, even though it's running, and they'll be like, oh, well, we didn't see that it was running. So they have to go to court, hire a lawyer, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, by the time you're done, you're like $2,000 in the hole for nothing. And I'm like, oh, well, you're not guilty. It's like, okay, did I get my money back? Nope. Don't get your time back, your money back, nothing. So, get that one towed. And, you know, I've been wanting to sell the other one, so maybe it's a good time to put it up for sale and see if we can get it out of here that way. If not, we'll be doing a bunch of hauling this weekend. We'll be moving both Fieros. One feature I like about my car, the key for the trunk is not destroyed and it still works. Almost every Fiero I've seen has had the key dismantled and destroyed. People like gouge it out with screwdrivers, all because they lose the key. And I'll tell you, once the trunk key is lost, it pretty much you're shot. You gotta get a lockpick to pick it. And a lot of people are just too lazy to get a lockpick, so they just destroy the car. Who wants to place bets on whether or not this battery will still work? So this is how we're gonna fix a broken cradle. So I got a bar, lay that across my struts, feed this guy through, down around the frame. Get off the board. Alright, I gotta go underneath and feed it back. Alright, I reached down and was able to put it and hook it up onto this guy. Now to pull it up and hook it to the other end. I'm gonna need 2 hands for that. And look guys, see, this is how you adjust your struts. This is so hard to do one-handed. It's probably gonna bend this bar too. Oh, I can feel it pulling the car down. Oh, let me reset this. Alright, that should be better. I feel the car move every time I crank it. Am I on this back on the frame? Oh, I think I am on a frame. I heard it crunch. Yeah, hear it? Wait, it's not doing it anymore. But I heard the rust crunch together and actually squish the frame. Alright, what that's going to do is keep the engine cradle from swaying back and forth on the back, because it's only attached on the front points now. The 2 back points have rusted away. The points underneath the struts, well, they're back there. They're like back there. So that's a major issue with these cars, with it rusting in the back. So like if you take this whole back end apart, you'll probably find that like all the frame rails are probably shot. Whoa! Coming alive a little bit here. Come on. It's, well, there's like no gas in here, so it's probably really shitty gas. Alright, I'm not going to push it too much. Like, I can't hear my fuel pump, but that's probably because my fan's running. Put in some cheater fluid. See if that'll make it run a little bit more. It's really lousy. Is it recording? Alright. I don't think it's gonna run. No, I'm gonna just flood it. Alright, well, it starts up at least. I'm surprised the battery took a charge. That battery's old. This engine still has some issues. There's either a head gasket leak or the head itself is cracked. But I'm surprised it still runs. It's running like on 3 cylinders. Always wanted to just take this engine out and swap in like an electric motor. Alright, I'm gonna put some cars away, see if I can take these off its jack stand. Yeah, because I have the blocks there holding up the cradle. That way there the engine isn't sitting like hanging out. Because when those cradle mounts break or rust loose, the engine cradle actually pushes down because the struts will push the car up and separate the car body from the cradle. And it'll actually like pop out. It looks really silly. And that's what this one does because it's broken. And this will actually hit up against the firewall here, if that's what that's called. Yeah, there's a small dent from when it happened the first time. Right there. Okay guys, that's all I have time for right now. Got a few plans of what we're going to do with the cars, where we're going to put them, how we're going to protect them so they don't get ruined. Probably going to put one up for sale and then get the other one moved to a secure location. Think about closing off my garage and hiding it in there. That should be perfect for it, right? Echo? Echo? Yeah? Whoa? What? So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the videos. Also, please look into supporting me on Patreon. I could really use the support for doing awesome projects and cool things like, well, not like this, but but your support will really help in the future for doing more videos and more insane projects like the ski bowling or the DDR. I do need to get those laser trains going too. Also, if you're a lawyer, you can support me in court of law. Now, I have a feeling I won't get that far. We'll move the cars and hide the one. It should be fine. Just, it really sucks. You try to stay ahead and do things right. Like the cars are insured. They have registration, plates, everything is good for that. But yet, the city still comes after you for pointless stuff. So, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.